This animal should not exist. Welcome back, Charlie here. Did you know there are over 2 million species of animals in the world? But sometimes rare animals that in theory shouldn't exist are born. From a dog born with double muscles to a mysterious creature found in Thailand. These animals truly are one in a million. First, we have to look at this glowing cat. How on earth does this cat glow in the dark? Well, it's all thanks to science. In 2011, scientists inserted a gene into cats. This gene produced a fluorescent protein inside the cat. The protein was called GFP. It was made to try and help cats not get ill, but it had a side effect that stunned the scientists. The gene is naturally produced in jellyfish. As you may know, jellyfish can sometimes be fluorescent. So with this jellyfish protein inside the cats, they can now glow in the dark too. It's amazing how such a small genetic tweak can do this to cats. It looks as though these cats have a real-life superpower. Now, you have to see the crocodile buffalo. But I have to warn you, this creature shocked the world. In 2015, villagers in a rural village in Thailand found something bizarre. They found this creature, which was later dubbed the crocodile buffalo. The animal was born to a buffalo mother. The mother had previous histories of birthing normal buffaloes. But clearly this animal is far from normal. It has scaly skin like a crocodile. It does have the hooves, body and limbs of a buffalo, but its head is perfectly flat, and its skin is all dry and flaky. Some believe this is the product of a buffalo mating with a crocodile, while others say it may be some sort of genetic deformity. For example, a skin disorder which occurred within the womb. Either way, it's safe to say this animal is most definitely one in a million. Next, let's look at this two-legged dog. Meet Faith. This dog was only born with 3 legs, but sadly one of them had to be amputated, leaving Faith with only her 2 back legs. Amazingly, this dog can walk on its hind legs like a human. The dog's owner, Jude, was very sad. She realized many people did not think this dog should even be alive. Many vets and experts said the dog should be euthanized, but Jude didn't listen and always had faith in Faith. Jude was determined to make her dog's life as normal as possible, so she taught Jude how to hop, and eventually how to walk and even run. It's amazing seeing this dog walk around on 2 legs like a human. This dog later went on to be an inspirational story and helped many wounded veterans. She visited 2,300 wounded soldiers in hospital, some of which had also lost their limbs. But Faith was proof to them that even if you do lose your limbs, you can still press forward and live a good life. In total, she was seen by over 2 million active soldiers, and inspired every single one of them. In 2006, Faith was given a non-commissioned rank. That is the US military rank E5 Sergeant. This is given to military personnel who show manpower and strength. It's safe to say Faith definitely did that. Moving along, let's look at this dog born with double muscles. This is a double-muscled whippet. This dog is named Wendy. If dogs could become bodybuilders, I think they'd look like this. Wendy is very muscular and also totally natural. No steroids around here. Wendy is 60 pounds of pure muscle, but it's not thanks to working out or exercising. Instead, she has a rare genetic disorder. She is twice the weight of a normal dog of her breed. Before she passed away, Wendy took part in a study. It was to find out how her genetic anomaly made her so muscular. But unfortunately, the study was inconclusive. And to this day, we don't exactly know how this genetic abnormality occurred. The only thing we do know for sure is that this dog is most definitely one in a million. Moving on, let's look at a 4-legged duck. In 2007, this rare duck was born in New Hampshire, USA. He was named Stumpy as he had 4 legs. His main pair of legs he could use for walking, but behind his main legs was another pair of legs. But Stumpy didn't have these extra legs for too long. 1 year after he was born, he caught one of them on a fence, causing one of the legs to be amputated. The year after that, his other leg fell off, leaving him with only 2 legs. After he lost his 2 extra legs, he lived life as a normal duck with only 2 legs. Experts are not exactly sure why he was born with 4 legs, but it's believed it was down to a rare genetic mutation. It must be seriously rare because in my research, I didn't find any other 4-legged ducks, meaning that Stumpy most definitely is one in a million. Now we have to look at the giant wetapunga. You've likely never heard of this very scary creature, and to be honest, you might not want to. This animal is found in New Zealand. and is the largest species of weta in the country. These can weigh up to 3 ounces and be up to 20 centimeters long. If you're scared of these, then don't worry, they are rather rare. But many are still irked by how big these animals really are, especially as normal wetas are much smaller. Now it's time to look at the Cyclops goat. A few years back, people in India thought they'd found an alien, but it turned out to be a goat with only one eye. Many compared this goat to Cyclops from X-Men. That's because it only has one eye but somehow survived. It lived a normal life for some time before it passed away. Normally, these Cyclops goats don't live. The goat's condition is known as cyclopia, which is caused when the developing brain doesn't separate into 2 hemispheres, causing the skull to only form one eye socket. The condition can occur in many animals and even humans. This goat also had no eyelids and no eyelashes. It was also missing one ear and many of its teeth. It also had a shortened jaw and underdeveloped nose. It's safe to say it got a pretty bad hand when it comes to genetics, but at least it survived for some time, and unlike most goats, will go down in history. It will always be remembered as a 1 in a million goat. Moving on, let's look at this two-headed snake. It's scary enough to find a one-headed snake, let alone one with 2 heads. Both of the snake's heads react independently. They can eat, drink, and flip their tongues separately. Experts examined these snakes and found out how this happened. It turned out this snake was actually 2 snakes that were twins, but inside the egg they failed to separate, leading to one two-headed snake. You may think a two-headed snake would be more dangerous or scary, but it's actually quite the opposite. Because they have 2 brains, they conflict with one another. For example, one brain may want to go one way and the other may want to go the other way. Because snakes can't speak, they can't collaborate that well, making this genetic abnormality rather unhelpful. It's believed two-headed snakes are rarer than 1 in a million. Next, let's look at the giant squid. Squids on their own are mysterious and bizarre creatures, but giant squids don't even look real. They most definitely should not exist. They have red skin and very powerful tentacles. They also have gigantic eyeballs. Many describe these as real-life sea monsters. Giant squids have the largest eyeballs out of any animal on Earth. Their eyes are around 10 inches in diameter, which is larger than the average human face. Just imagine an eye the size of a face staring at you. The reason why their eyes are so big is because they swim in the deep, dark sea. Normal-sized eyes wouldn't be able to see a thing. Like their name suggests, giant squids are giant. They can grow to be 60 feet in length, which is longer than most boats. They're also so strong they can often fight sharks and whales. These animals are also very rare. They've been around for hundreds or thousands of years, but the first photo of one was caught in only 2004. That was when Japanese researchers found a living giant squid in the ocean. Finally, let's look at this two-faced cat. This is Frank and Louie. That's right, this one cat has 2 names because it has 2 faces. These are known as Janus cats, named after the Roman god Janus who had 2 faces. Usually Janus cats don't survive, but amazingly Frank and Louie survived for 15 years, breaking the world record. Surprisingly, they also didn't have any other health issues. Experts aren't sure what causes two-faced cats, but clearly it's some sort of genetic abnormality. It may be twins who didn't separate in the embryo. It's sad that many Janus cats don't survive, but it's definitely amazing that Frank and Louie did. If that doesn't make them 1 in a million, I don't know what does. Now it's time for you to make your voice heard. Comment below which was the most incredible animal in this video. I've been Charlie, thanks for watching. If you want to see my short videos, check out my second channel. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, then what are you waiting for? Subscribe to Top 10s.